everyone, so this is my natural hair story and I'm just gonna go through what I've been through to get to where I am now in regards to my hair. My story doesn't start with me, it starts with my mother way back in the Philippines. My mother is Filipino, Spanish, and black, and my father is black. So that's the mix that I have going on. My mother describes her hair growing up as being a wavy texture. And she always wanted straight hair. You know, everyone around her in the Philippines, they were all full Filipino, so she wanted that straight Asian hair. When she was 12 years old, her aunt took her to a salon. That was it, she permed her hair. When she was 18 years old, she came here to the United States, and then a few years later, I was born. Growing up, I'm the only one in my family who has like afro kind of really thick curls. It was easy, you know, like I was a kid, I didn't know. My mother twisted it, I had all of the barrettes in it. My hair was always in its natural state, and I would always see my mother using perm on her own hair. You know, she would perm her hair with the box perm, or she would use the hot comb on the stove, and she even used that on me a couple of times. When I got older, I wanted my hair straight, so she'd use like the hot comb, but it was always in its natural state. It was never permed. She even said her hair crush growing up was Rachel from Friends. So, you know, my mother was obsessed with getting that straight, like pin straight hair. She loved it, and it looks good on her. I didn't start having problems with my hair until I had to do it myself. Like 6th grade, I would start to really do my own hair myself and be in charge of it completely. And it was difficult. I didn't like it. A lot of other kids in school had that easy, slick, straight hair, and I was just like, why do I have to do this? Like, why do I have to go through this? I just didn't know any better. So the first time I ever put chemicals in my hair, it wasn't a perm. I got it dyed. And that was when I was 13 years old. My mother had taken me to a salon to get my hair dyed, and I got it dyed red. Like red. And I loved it. I was in junior high, and I thought I was like the flyest kid ever with my red hair. A few weeks after, however, that red hair wasn't so fly anymore. It turned orange, like a brassy copper orange, and it wasn't cute at all. I dyed it black with box dye myself over the orange. And after I dyed it black, that was it for me. I went crazy. I've literally dyed my hair so many colors after that. It's been pink in my life. It's been blonde at one point. It's been like all sorts of just different chunks of colors everywhere. You know, like I love to dye my hair. It wasn't until I want to say that I was about 15 that I permed my hair myself. Because I was so used to seeing my mother do it, I figured I'd do it myself. And there are no horror stories here. Like the perm came out fine. Everything was good with the perm. So after I permed it, I wanted to straighten it. The purpose for a perm for me wasn't to wear my hair in a looser pattern than what it was, but it was to make it easier for me to straighten. I decided that I would want my hair pin straight too, just like everyone at my school, just like my mother, how she was trying to get it pin straight, I wanted to get it pin straight as well. It was easier, it was faster, and I fit in. I wasn't like the odd kid out. And you know, when you're a kid in junior high, you just want to fit in. So that's what I did. You know, I fit in. That did a lot of damage to my hair, obviously. Perming and straightening all the time did crazy damage. I would say I permed my hair a total of 3 to 4 times, 4 being the most. And let's say I got my first perm at 15, I probably got my last perm like 16 and a half. You know, I probably permed it 3 or 4 times during that time period. So about a year and a half of perming my hair and straightening it and whatnot. I didn't cease to perm it for any other reason than being lazy and not wanting to go to the store to buy another box of perm. So I didn't. And it took a while for me to notice the change in my hair. I mean, even though I had stopped perming my hair, I was still dyeing it all the time, and I was still straightening it all the time, you know? After a while, I realized that I had a chunk of hair that was curly and a chunk of hair that was straight, and I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? That's when I started to watch YouTube videos on my hair. And you know, I learned so much and I was determined to go on this whole healthy hair natural thing. That's the first time I ever heard the term natural. So I started to snip my ends slowly and slowly. However, I was still straightening my hair, which was really bad for it, and it just kind of defeated the purpose. January of 2013, I trimmed the last piece of permed, straight, damaged hair, and I had an afro, and I loved it, and here's a pic of that. I was determined from then on to just keep my hair healthy and do this natural thing and avoid heat. However, February of that year, I failed. I straightened my hair and then I trimmed it, and I have a picture of that too. And this is the shortest my hair has ever been. And from that trim, I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep my hair straight for a week. And then after a week, I'm gonna wash it and it's gonna be curly and I'm not going to touch it. And that's when I really started to take my hair care seriously. It was a honey blonde color, and after a while I was like, you know what, I want to really just go back to like my natural look. That summer, so like June-ish, I dyed my hair completely black. And after that, I've just been taking care of it, and I've been really doing this whole natural hair thing, this no heat thing. That's really important. I've tried to do no heat, however, I still use a blow dryer every now and then, and I use it on the cool setting, but you know, the cool setting still has like some heat to it, so I wouldn't say I'm completely heat free, but definitely no more perms, and I haven't straightened my hair since February of 2013. That's where I am now. I still cut my hair, you know, and it grew out. So it was like an afro in January of 2013. Then it grew and it touched my shoulders, curly. And then you guys know that December of 2013, I had my haircut done by Shy, and it went back to the afro that I started with in January of 2013. So that's where I am now. This hair is like, if I were to just let it out, it's like you've seen in my photos. And you know what? I love this cut so much, and I love my hair length back in January 2013 as well as today, that like I just want to keep it that length, you know, but I do want to grow it out, so I do have intentions of continuing to just let it grow, and I promised myself I wouldn't do another big cut like that again. When people ask me how long have I been natural, I'm not sure what to say, because my last perm was when I was like 16 and a half. However, I've just been straightening it, so heat damage and cutting and all of that. I'm about to turn 21, and my last perm was 16 and a half, you know, so for everyone who's asking me how long I've been natural, there's kind of information to help you figure that out. So I would just encourage everyone to stick with your journey. Your hair does grow back, so don't be afraid of it taking so long. Just stick with your journey. Cut it, have fun at every length. I've always said that before. I missed my hair when it was short and in that afro so much that I cut it again to be like that, you know? And you just can't be afraid. Your hair will grow. Bye guys, thank you for watching. You can purchase my earrings at eyecatchers.bigcartel.com.